Hello students, how are you all? Hope you all are good. So in the last class we were discussing about ant. Ant is the commonest, smallest and wisest insect. And we also discussed about the 5 interesting facts about ant. So let's move on. All of you take your textbook and align hand page number 1. Page number 1, the tiny teacher. Lesson 1, the tiny teacher. Name the smallest insect you have seen and the wisest. Is it the fly? No, it isn't. It is a mosquito? No, not the mosquito. Then it must be the worm. No, none of these. It is the ant, the commonest, the smallest and the wisest insect. The story of an ant's life sounds almost untrue, but people have kept ants as pets and have watched their daily behavior closely. So we know a number of facts about this tiny, hardworking and intelligent creature. So in the first paragraph, the ant is considered as the commonest, smallest and wisest insect. Yeah, ant is common, isn't it? Wherever we are going, we can see ant. Ant is a common insect and it is very small, too small, and it is also considered as the wisest insect. And if you got time, just watch, just observe each and every moment of the ant. They are considered as the wisest and their behavior is that much, what to say, they are very hardworking, they are very tiny and they are also very intelligent. An ant uses its feelers or antennae to talk to other ants by passing messages through them. Watch a row of ants moving up or down the wall. Each ant greets all the others coming from the opposite direction by touching their feelers. So, what do you mean by this feelers or antennae? Antennae or feelers? Yes, antennae or feelers is considered as the head of the ant. If you got time, just observe a group of ants. Then you can see, if ants are going through this wall, we can see they will provide a perfect line. They go in a perfect line and we can see each time they are greeting together using their antennae or their head. We can see the ants greet together using their heads. We can see both the ants like this, at this position, isn't it? I hope everything watched that, and it's common. Watch a row of ants moving up or down from the wall. Each ant greets all the others coming from the opposite direction by touching their feelers. So they use it to touch their heads whenever they are coming in the opposite direction. Then all of you take page number 2. There are many kinds of ants. The commonest among them are the black or red ones. We have seen them since we were children, but haven't paid enough attention to them. Yes, there are many kinds of ants, isn't it? We can see it in brown color, black color, dark brown, dark black, at many colors, isn't it? In the last class, I already told that there are 12,000 species of ants in the whole world. So we can see different kinds of ants. And we have seen them since we are children, yes. From our childhood itself, we are seeing ants. Where do they live? In their comfortable homes called nests or ant hills. Each has hundreds of little rooms and passages. In some of these rooms, the queen ant lays eggs. So, where did these ants live? Where do they live? Yes, ants live in ant hills. Ants live in ant hills. What is the spelling of ant hill? A-N-T, and hill. The ants live in ant hill. I will show you the picture. So this is a picture of ant hill, but this has many specialties. This ant hill has many rooms and passages. Each ant has one room and they use it to live in this anthill, and this anthill has each small passages and small rooms for each ants. Each ant has hundreds of little rooms and passages. In some of these rooms, the queen ant lays eggs. So, who lays eggs? Yes, queen ant. The queen ant lays eggs in some of the rooms, and then we can see the production of some young ones, young ants. So, queen ant lays eggs, and we can see the small young ones of the ants there. Others are nurseries for the young ones called grubs. So, what do you mean by these grubs? Grubs, G-R-U-B-S. I already told that this queen ant lays eggs, isn't it? Then the young ones of ant is called as grubs. Young ones of ant. Young ones of ant is called as grubs. And workers have their unreserved quarters. They spend most of their time searching for food. Some rooms serve as storehouses for this food. Soldiers have separate barracks. So we can see different types of ants. There are different types of ants, but in one type of ant they are assigned to different workers. We can see ants like us, workers, soldiers, queen ants, etc. So that workers have their own reserved quarters. That means they have their own rooms. Worker ants have their own rooms, their own buildings. They spend most of their time searching for food. Some rooms serve as storehouses for this food. Soldiers have separate barracks. So these workers, what is the duty of these worker ants? Yes, their work is to find food, and they should store that food in a storehouse. In our house, there are storerooms, isn't it? Yes, we use it to store food in that. Like that, these ants also have a kind of storehouse to store all the food items. So the worker ants, their duty is to collect food, and they should store in the storehouse. And so one kind of ant is called as soldiers. Soldiers. Then another one is workers. So soldiers have another quarters. They have other rooms. No worker has ever tried to live in a soldier's house. No soldier has ever gone out searching for food. No worker or soldier or cleaner has ever harmed a grub. So, grub, G-R-U-B. Then we already told that queen. Then one more, cleaners. So, these are the types of ants. We can see soldiers. First one, soldiers. They fight for all the ants. That is the duty of soldiers and workers. Their duty is to collect food, and they should store it in the storehouse. And the third one, grubs. Grubs are the young ones, that is baby ants. Young ones of ants is called as grubs. And queen. Fourth one, queen ant lays eggs. Only queen can lay eggs. And the fifth one, cleaners. They clean all their surroundings, their anthill, everything. So we can see different kinds of ants, and they are assigned to different duties, different jobs. And no soldiers can live in workers' quarters. Soldiers can't live in the house of workers, or workers can't live in the quarters of soldiers. They have different building, different rooms. No worker, soldier or cleaner have ever harmed a grub. So you can see an ant's life is very peaceful. So I already told that grub is a small ant, young one of ant. So no soldiers, workers or cleaners don't harm the grub, small ant. They don't fight each other. Actually these are the different types of, they are assigned to different works, but they don't fight each other. They won't harm this small young ones of this grub. They don't harm this grub. So you can see an ant's life is very peaceful. Each does its share of work intelligently and bravely and never fights with other members of the group. So here in this lesson we can see the life of ant, and they does their work peacefully and intelligently, and they don't fight each other, and each ants have their own, they are assigned with their own works. They do that perfectly and intelligently, and they are leading their life in a perfect way. Then all are saying that just look at the life of these ants. We can see it's quite peaceful, and we can see how intelligently and perfectly the ants are working. Okay, so let's wind up the class. Before that, first of all, I told that ant is considered as the commonest, smallest and wisest insect. And ants lives in ant hill, and the queen ant lays eggs. And the eggs grown into that, eggs turns to grubs. And that are called as, the grubs are called as the young ones of ant. And there are different kinds of ants. They have assigned different jobs, different works. There are soldier ants, worker ants, grub, queen, cleaners. Different types of ants are here, and they have their own quarters. They have their own quarters, and the ant hill. We can see the ant hill, though we can see many rooms and many passages. Each ant has their own rooms. Okay, so that's all for today. Let's continue the lesson in the next class. Thank you.